Hello everyone. Our subject name is Investment Banking and Financial Service. Today we are going to discuss SEBI's guidelines for the merchant banker. So today we discuss the topic that is SEBI's guidelines for the merchant banking. Let's start with the very first, that is SEBI's guidelines. First, you have to remember merchant banker should be compulsory registration with the SEBI. So first point, that is compulsory registration, mandatory registration with the SEBI. So SEBI, what do you mean by the SEBI? Generally, SEBI is one kind of regulatory or regulatory body, or you can say controller body, which design various rules and regulations and which compulsory followed by the listed organization. So compulsory registration, mandatory registration with the Security Exchange Board of India. Main objective of SEBI is to protect the right of the investor, which design various rules, regulations, terms, conditions, which compulsory followed by the institutions. So merchant banking activity in India governed by the SEBI. Governed by means control, regulated by the SEBI. So merchant banker compulsory, merchant banker have to compulsory follow the rules and regulations of SEBI. Regulations Act 1992. Registration with SEBI is mandatory to carry out the business of merchant banking in India. So here is registration is mandatory, compulsory. Mandatory means compulsory registration with SEBI, and applicants should comply with the following norms. Here is applicants is generally considered as a person who have a willingness to start merchant banking activity. I again repeat, merchant banking activity means advisory service or issue management service provided to the corporate unit. So it is should comply. To comply means to fulfill, to follow the rules and regulation. Norms means code of conduct, rules and regulations of SEBI, compulsory followed by the merchant banking. The applicants comply with the following requirement. Comply means to follow, to implement various rules and regulations, code of conduct. So it is first one, shall be body corporate other than non-banking financial company. So here is merchant banker is shall be, you can say, one kind of corporate unit. Merchant banker should not any kind of non-banking financial company. So it is considered as one type of body corporate or corporate unit. Has the necessary infrastructure to effectively discharge his activity. Necessary infrastructure means sufficient office space, manpower, equipment, necessary infrastructure facility to perform, to discharge means to perform the activity of merchant banking. Should have minimum 2 experienced employees to conduct the business. To conduct means to run, to operate the business of merchant banker. So merchant banker, if you want to start merchant banking activity, merchant banking business, advisory business, consultant business, then you have to appoint 2 experienced person who have a sufficient knowledge about finance, sufficient knowledge about law and business management. Then merchant bankers should fulfill the capital adequacy requirement as specified. So it is merchant banker have to capital adequacy. Capital adequacy means sufficient capital on hand. So here is merchant banker have a minimum capital balance, that is 1 crore as per SEBI's guidelines rule 1992. So sufficient capital on hand. Then merchant banker, he is means merchant banker's partner, director, or principal officer should not be involved in any litigation connected with security market which has adverse bearing on the business of the applicants. Here is merchant banker's partner or director or principal officer should not involve in litigation. Litigation means any legal action. Merchant banker should not involve any related, connected with any law court. And merchant banking here is only doing ethical activities, should not involve in corruption activity. Then his partner, director, principal officer has not at any time been convicted for any offense involving moral turpitude. What do you mean by moral turpitude? Moral turpitude means, for example, any kind of illegal activity, crime, or you can say unethical activity, dishonesty. So it is merchant banker should not involve in any moral turpitude, any crime activity. Then here is has been found guilty for any economic offense, then should have the professional qualification from an institution recognized by the government in finance, law and business management. So merchant banker have a sufficient knowledge in the areas of finance, in the areas of law and business management. Merchant banker should be fit and proper person. Fit and proper. Fit means as per the SEBI's guidelines, merchant banker must be qualified person, not involved in unethical activity. Then here is not involved in any litigation, means not connected with any law and court, have a sufficient knowledge. So it is merchant banker should be fit and proper person. Then here is merchant banker regulation 1992. Merchant banker will require authorization by SEBI to carry out the business. So it is compulsory registration. We already discussed merchant banker have to compulsory register their business with the SEBI regulations 1992. SEBI has classified merchant banker into 4 categories. So SEBI has to divide merchant banker in 4 categories based on their range of activities and responsibility. So as you have to keep in mind categories of merchant banker. Categories of merchant bankers. First category, category 1. So involve in category 1 involved to carry on the any activity of issue management. I again repeat, what do you mean by issue management? Issue management activity, issue management service provided by the merchant banker to the corporate unit, generally in case of public issue. Public issue means shares offered to the general public. So here is whenever any company issue the shares, then here is merchant banker provide guidance or whole activity managed by the merchant banker on behalf of company. For example, preparation of prospectus to refund of the subscription, then selection of broker, selection of underwriter, selections of registrar, advertisement agencies. So each and every activity performed by the merchant banker on behalf of corporate unit. So category 1 involve issue management activity, which will inter alia means connected with the preparation of prospectus. I again repeat, prospectus means one type of written document to invite the general public to subscribe or purchase the share of the company in case of public issue, and other information relating to issues. Then determining financial structure. Financial structure means debt and equity proportions, tied up financials, final allotment and refund, application allotment, and if any investor are not eligible for the obtaining share, then merchant banker have to involve in refund of the subscriptions and act as advisor, consultant, manager or underwriter and portfolio manager. Then category 2 involves to act as advisor, consultant, co-manager and underwriters and portfolio manager. So we already discussed merchant banker means any person who involved in buying, selling, subscribing activity, act as an underwriter, act as a manager on behalf of company. Then category 3 as an underwriter, advisor and consultant, and category 4 only advisor and consultant. So you have to just keep in mind. Then here is a capital adequacy norm. Capital adequacy means capital requirement. You have to just keep in mind capital adequacy means, here is capital adequacy means, capital adequacy means capital requirement. You have to maintain minimum cash balance on hand, then and then you can start merchant banking business, merchant banking activity. So here is capital adequacy. First one, category 1, rupees 1 crore should be required. Category 2, 50 lakhs rupees required for starting merchant banking activity. Category 3, 20 lakhs rupees. And category 4. Category 4 only involves consultant and advisory service. So there should be nil means no capital requirement, minimum cash balance. Capital adequacy means minimum cash balance requirement. From 9 December 1997, however, all other categories were abolished, means all other categories were cancelled, and merchant banker can now only registered under category 1 by SEBI. So after 1997, other category like category 2, category 3, category 4 were totally abolished, means cancelled. Only there should be available category 1. Capital adequacy norms. Here is the Security Exchange Board of India has prescribed capital adequacy norms. So SEBI have to suggest that how much capital should be required for starting merchant banking activity. So the minimum net worth set by SEBI for category 1 was initially fixed at the value of 1 crore. So initial capital, startup capital, you can say initial capital or startup capital of the merchant banking business should be 1 crore as per SEBI's guidelines, and later raised the value of 5 crore through amendment of the regulations in 1995. So first guidelines declared by SEBI's rules and regulation 1992. So according to rules of 1992, merchant banker must have 1 crore rupees for starting the merchant banking business, which was amendment. Amendment means change. The revised guidelines in 1995, the capital was increased from 1 crore to here is from 1 crore to 5 crores. So here is, if you want to start merchant banking business, then you have a minimum cash balance, that is 5 crore rupees. Then second one, first point you have to keep in mind that compulsory registration with SEBI, in which there should be various applicants. Applicant means person who want to start merchant banking business in India. So it is first one, SEBI's guidelines. You have to, first point you have to remember, compulsory mandatory registration with SEBI. If you want to start merchant banking business, then you have to compulsory registered with the SEBI, and you have to follow the rules and regulations of the SEBI, in which first one, merchant banker should be any kind of corporate unit. Merchant banker should not non-banking financial company, have a necessary infrastructure, means office space, manpower, human resource, equipment, then 2 experienced person. Then capital adequacy must be capital requirement 1 crore or 5 crore rupees as per new guideline. Then should not involve any law or court. Then should not involve in any crime, unethical activity, proper qualification in business law, finance, taxation. Then other business management should fit and proper. Fit means merchant banker must be qualified person as per SEBI's guidelines. Then here is, there are 4 category. Category 1 involved in the preparation of prospectus to refund of the subscriptions. Category 2 advisor consultant. Category 3 category 4 as per SEBI's guidelines. Then here is capital adequacy 1 crore rupees for category 1. Capital adequacy means minimum cash balance on hand, or you can say startup capital. Second point, that is every merchant banker should maintain copies of balance sheet, profit and loss account, and statement of financial position. So it is every merchant banker have to maintain copies of balance sheet, copies of P&L account, copies of audit report, statement of financial position, net asset and net liabilities. So here is, merchant banker have to maintain copies timely, and have to timely and regularly submit it to the Security Exchange Board of India. Then half yearly unaudited results should be submitted to the SEBI. Half yearly means 6 month. So 6 month report, financial position statement should be submitted to the SEBI. Then fourth one, merchant banker are prohibited from buying security based on unpublished price. Unpublished price means which is not disclosed to the general public. Some information company have to keep in secret, confidential. Confidential means secret. Unpublished એટલે should not disclose among the general public. So merchant banker are prohibited. Prohibited means there should be restriction to purchase share at unpublished price. Merchant banker have to purchase shares only at published price, which is disclosed among the general public. Unpublished means not disclosed among the general public. Unpublished means secret, price sensitive information of their clients. So merchant banker are prohibited share. Merchant bankers are prohibited from the purchase share at unpublished price. When you have to keep in mind, unpublished means which is unknown price. Unknown means not disclosed among the general public. SEBI has been vested with power to suspend or cancel the authorization in case of violation of the guidelines. Generally, SEBI has been vested with the power. So SEBI has one kind of regulatory or controller body. SEBI has a power to suspend or cancel the authorization in case of violation of guidelines. Violation means to breach of the contract, to generally not follow the various rules and regulation. If, for example, any merchant banker not capable enough to follow the SEBI's guidelines, not follow various rules and regulations of the SEBI's guidelines, so merchant banker has to power to cancel the contract or cancel the authorization in case of violation. Violation means not able to fulfill the rules and regulations of SEBI's guidelines. Then every merchant banker shall appoint compliance officer. What do you mean by compliance officers? Compliance officer means any person, for example, specially monitor the performance, to check the performance of the merchant banker. So compliance officer have to check whether merchant banker can follow the SEBI's guidelines properly or not. If any merchant banker does not follow the rules and regulations, then SEBI has a power, SEBI has an authority to cancel the authorization. So it is merchant banker shall appoint compliance officer to monitor. To monitor means to check the compliance of the. Compliance means to fulfill the various rules and regulations, the terms and conditions which is suggested by the Security Exchange Board of India. Then here is seventh one. You have to remember all points. SEBI has a right to send inspecting authority. We've already discussed inspection process. SEBI has a right, authority, power to check the documents of merchant banker at any time. So SEBI has the right to send inspecting authority. Inspecting authority means any person who have a sufficient knowledge about the law, finance, expert person, qualified person. Inspecting authority involve qualified or expert person. SEBI has a right. Right means power, authority to send the inspecting authority. Inspecting means qualified person to check the performance of the merchant banker, to check the documents of the merchant banker, to inspect. The inspect means books of account record of the merchant banker, to check the books of account, P&L account, balance sheet, then statement of the financial position, audit report of the merchant banker. Inspection will be conducted by SEBI to ensure that provision of the regulation are properly complied. Complied means to fulfill, to follow, to implement the rules and regulations of SEBI. So what is the main objective of inspection checking by the SEBI? That is ensure, to provide surety that each and every merchant banker have to compulsory follow the rules and regulations of SEBI. SEBI will give authorization for merchant banker to operate for 3 years only. So generally in starting, SEBI have to provide authorization, manyata, that is to start merchant banking business. So here is first, SEBI will provide only 3 years without SEBI's authorization. Authorization means permission. Here is without SEBI's permission, merchant banker cannot start their business. An initial authorization fee, starting authorization fee to start your merchant banking business, annual fee and renewal fee may be collected by the SEBI. So you have to just pay annual fee and renewal fee. Then lead manager holding certificate under category 1 shall be accept minimum underwriting obligation. I again repeat, underwriting means whenever company involved in public issue. There are various types of issue. We discuss in unit 2, that is public issue, right issue, private placement. Public issue means shares offered to the general public. Right issue means shares offered to the existing shareholder. And private placement means shares offered to the particular group of person, not more than 50. So here is underwriting. Underwriting means whenever company involved in public issue, shares offered to the general public through prospectus, and at that time if company's share not fully subscribed or purchased by the general public, then remaining out, then underwriter will provide guarantee to company. If company's share not fully subscribed or purchased by the general public, then outstanding or remaining share purchased by the underwriter. So that's why merchant banker act as a underwriter. And underwriting obligations, responsibility of merchant banker, that is you have to keep in mind 5% of size of issue, total size of issue in a 5%, or 25 lakhs, whichever is less. Then here is, it is mandatory, generally it is mandatory under SEBI's rules that every issuing company must appoint one or more SEBI registered merchant banker as a lead manager. So it is nowadays compulsory to appoint merchant banker, one or two more person, qualified person as a lead manager to start the merchant banking activity. Once again, I repeat, what is difference between merchant banking and commercial banking? Generally, commercial bank involved in day-to-day financial functions like accept the deposit, provide loan and advance, overdraft facility, cash credit facility, provide regularly interest and dividend to the investor, ATM facility, locker facility. This type of regular service provided by the commercial bank. But investment bank or merchant bank do not involve in day-to-day financial function. Merchant bank or investment bank, generally the word merchant bank is more famous in India and the word investment bank is more famous in USA. So merchant, either you can use the word of investment bank or merchant bank. So it is merchant bank only involved in the advisory counseling service, or you can say issue management activity. Issue management means if any company issue these shares, then management done by the merchant banker. So here is issue amount and the number of lead managers. So if your size of issue, total size of issue of company is up to 50 crores, then not more than 2 lead manager or merchant banker required. Then 50 to 100 crore. If your size of issue is 50 to 100 crore, then 3 lead managers should be required. If your size of issue 100 to 200 crores, then 4 lead managers should be required. And if your size of issue 200 to 400 crore, then 5. So it is above 4. If your size of issue is above more than 400 crore, then 5 or more lead manager or merchant banker should be required as agreed by the SEBI. So this is the SEBI's guidelines. You have to remember points. First one, compulsory registration. I repeat, compulsory registration with SEBI, in which applicants person, if applicants means any person who want to start merchant banking business in India. So if any person who want to start merchant banking activity, then they have to sufficient knowledge about the law, sufficient knowledge about the business management and finance. Then merchant bankers should not involve in unethical crime activity. Then merchant banking must be corporate unit, should not any kind of non-banking financial company. Then here is various follow the rules and regulations. Capital adequacy. Capital adequacy means capital requirement. Merchant banker should not involve in moral turpitude. Moral turpitude means crime, dishonesty. Merchant banker's business must be ethical and transparent. Then here is merchant banker should be fit. Fit means qualified person, sufficient knowledge as per SEBI's guidelines. Then there are merchant banker involved in 4 category as per SEBI's guidelines, rules and regulations 1992. Category 1 involve in category 1 there are various type of activities like from preparation of prospectus to refund of the subscription. Generally, whenever company involved in public issue, company first have to prepare prospectus in written documents. It is written document to invite the general public. Then application, allotment, then refund. Refund means generally company have to merchant banker have to involve in refund activity. Refund to those person who are not eligible for obtaining share of the company. Category 2, category 3, which type of activity involved in category 1, category 2, category 3 you have to write. Then capital adequacy means startup capital. If you want to start merchant banking business, then how much capital should be required? So category 1 for 1 crore rupees, category 2 50 lakhs rupees, category 3 20 lakhs rupees. Then here is every merchant banker have to maintain copies of balance sheet, copies of P&L account, then half yearly report, 6-month report, 6-month performance of business should be submitted to the SEBI by merchant banker. Then merchant banker should not purchase the share at secret price. Here is merchant, there should be prohibited. Prohibited means restriction. Merchant banker cannot purchase share at a secret price. Unpublished means which is not disclosed among the general public, unknown to the public. Then here is merchant banker has a, here is SEBI has also authority, power to cancel the authorization. માન્યતા પણ રદ કરી શકે if merchant banker cannot follow the rules and regulation of SEBI. Then every merchant banker shall appoint compliance officer. Compliance officer means any person, generally merchant banker have to appoint one officer, compliance officer, to check whether company or merchant banker can strictly follow the rules and regulations of SEBI or not. If merchant banker cannot follow, if merchant banker is not able to follow the rules and regulations, then SEBI has the power to cancel the contract, cancel the authorization. Then here is SEBI has the right to send inspecting authority. Inspecting authority means any expert person, qualified person, to check the documents, to check the P&L account, balance sheet of the merchant banker. So generally, why there should be requirement of inspection by the SEBI? To monitor the performance of the merchant banker, whether merchant banker can follow the rules and regulations, can follow the terms and conditions, perform as per the SEBI's guidelines or not, to check. Then here is merchant banker operate. Generally authorization, starting authorization, initial authorization is for 3 years. After 3 years you have to renew your registration process. Then here is authorization fee. First a merchant banker have to pay authorization fee. Then here is underwriting obligations. How much amount merchant banker can underwrite, that is 5% of issue or 25 lakhs, whichever is less. Then it is mandatory under SEBI's rules that every issuing have to appoint, every merchant banker have to appoint one lead manager. So here is size of issue and according to there will be a requirement of lead manager. So this is the SEBI's guidelines. In investment subject, investment banking and financial service, first we have to complete, that is Indian financial system. Second question we have complete, that is functions of merchant banker, function or you can say service provided by the merchant banker. Third question we have discussed, that is obligations and responsibility. This is the fourth question we discuss, that is the SEBI's guidelines. And next lecture we will continue, that is with the topic, that is recent development in merchant banking establishment. So here is recent developments and challenges Recent development means there should be establishment of new institution. For example, here is banking, bank subsidiaries. So in merchant banking business, for example, SBI Bank. So SBI Bank is one kind of commercial bank. So SBI Bank have to start up their merchant banking division. We already discussed, that is SBI Capital Market Limited, especially in segment of the merchant banking activity, advisory service. Same way, for example, Canara Bank. So Canara Bank is one kind of commercial bank. Canara Bank has to have to start their merchant banking division subsidiaries branch, that is Can Bank Financial Service Limited, specially provide advisory service. Then Punjab National Bank is one kind of commercial bank. So Punjab National Bank have to start their merchant banking division, that is PNB Capital Market Limited, as a subsidiaries branch of the Punjab National Bank to provide the merchant banking or advisory service. So it is recent development. We will discuss in next lecture recent development and challenges. That is last question we will discuss in next lecture. So thank you all. If you have any query or doubts, then you can message me.